Hey guys, what's up? My name is Anthony. Welcome to another edition of BNA Sports Talk. So today, I want to talk a little bit of Giants. This is episode 499. Do I have anything planned for episode 500? No, not yet at least. Like live stream maybe, season predictions. You obviously been seeing my divisional previews that I'm doing, the quick 1 minute hits. You guys probably watch 1,500 divisional previews and stuff. So I just want to kind of give you my opinions, have my opinions out there, whatever. Let's talk Giants. Let's start off with Zach Fulton and everyone retiring. So I've spent a couple days to think about it, to mull about it, to develop a strong opinion. It's kind of a blend of a lot of people's opinions, but it basically comes down to this. So if you can't be in shape enough to practice, if you don't have the mental fortitude to practice, we shouldn't be putting you on the field. Because that means you're not putting 100% effort on the field. I saw that a lot with Trey Turner last year, and he really just didn't go all out. And then you can injure teammates, you can injure yourself, and you hurt your team in general. So if Zach Fulton's mind wasn't in it, get out of here. Now, maybe Joe Judge made his mind not into it. You could say, oh, he's too tough on him. This is a tough game, man. I think Zach Fulton has been playing for years and years. If he couldn't get poked and prodded a little bit by a coach, he doesn't have that much effort in the game, especially offensive line, in between the lines where you're being physical. You know, and people are acting like this guy was Quentin Nelson. You know, I get it, like the accumulation of guys, but the guy let up 10 sacks last year. Oh, he could be a quality starter. Yeah, every single guy we think could be a quality starter. Do you know what we said about Antoine Bethea when he was coming in? Oh, he's going to be a quality starter. And then all the way through the season, we're going, oh, this guy's trash. You know? So let's pull the brakes a little bit with the Zach Fulton hype. Let's chill out a little bit with that. And yeah, so people want to say, you know, you should make practice easy, but Joe Judge does that. He does it in a smart way. Sometimes people want to hear what they want to hear, kind of like with the whole COVID thing. With some people, get the vaccine. If you don't get the vaccine and you get sick and you die, that's your fault. That's not the government's fault. It's not the government's fault to get sick and die because they provided the vaccine, okay? And I told my parents that, but they ended up getting the vaccine because one of their close friends was really sick. And it is what it is. But people hear what they want to hear. Going back to the Giants, a little bit of a rant there. But people hear what they want to hear. Joe Judge says, you know, we're going to ramp these guys up. We're not going to have Kadarius Toney being in full pads and hitting people the first day of practice. No, we're ramping them up. We're listening to them, listening to their bodies. And we're getting these guys emotionally. Now, sometimes it may be a little bit too much. Sometimes you may talk a little bit too much about personality and stuff. Some people may just be like, hey, coach, I just want to play the game. They're kind of like me. I don't really like talking about family. I don't really have that much connection. Then all of a sudden this guy's talking to family about you. Then you feel like, oh, am I being a bad person all of a sudden for not like going with my family? But Joe Looney was a family man. You can tell he's a man of Christ. Nate Solder laughed at the fact that, you know, he quit because he ran a couple laps. Now, I poked fun of that yesterday. It was just satire.
The running and everything from last night had anything to do with his decision?
No, I don't think so. No, you know, he's got his own thing going on. I don't think he's a long-time veteran. I don't think one time of exercise would change his decision, no.
Yeah, people making fun of that. Like, Joe Judge is making these guys work hard. And, you know, people are hearing what they want to hear. Joe Judge wants to ease people in. Now, the whole thing with the knee brace, I talked to a medical professional once. We were doing I was in running club, so we had to do these officer leadership meetings and stuff. And one time they had a physical therapist come in. Those knee braces do nothing. And Nick Gates even admitted that. He's like, yeah, no, they really don't do anything. And hopefully I pull up the clip.
Protect against everything. It's just kind of like a safety thing, just kind of helping it just in case, I don't know. We're used to it though. It happens. I've seen it all in college. We have to wear knee braces all the time, and guys still get ACLs and stuff like that. So.
I want to start putting out more clips and putting a little bit more effort into these videos, not just getting by, which I've been doing for the past couple of weeks. But yeah, you won't hear that on the podcast episode. The full thing is more on the visual actual episode. We're only 4 minutes into this video, and I really do like the way that the Giants are moving forward. I trust Joe Judge. That's the only way we can do it. People say oh, if you lose, you're going to lose the locker room. Yeah, so did Ben McAdoo when he lost. And he was the most player-friendly coach you can find. So no matter what, you're going to lose the locker room. Now, let's talk about how long could this last. Now, with Bill Belichick, it lasted for 20 years. Pete Carroll, he's also lost some locker rooms. You've seen him be a little bit loose with guys, and he's almost lost some locker rooms here or there. He's gotten them back. So if you're strict and you're winning, you're going to be fine. Sean McVay, you're loose, you're winning, you're going to be fine. The only thing you got to do is keep winning. Now, something that's also going to be a trend over the next few weeks is all these veterans and all these old people, all these old players, Zach Fulton, all these guys you got to sign in. That's not going to be the case anymore. Well, Joe Judge is like, I don't need to bring in a guy just for veteran leadership. I want to bring guys that are good. And by the way, what happened last year with the preseason? No film. Nothing. There was no preseason last year. So all these rookies and second-year players that are trying to get roster spots, they didn't really get a good look. They didn't really have a lot of tape. So and no XFL, not really anything like that. So now we got a preseason to look at some guys. So the Giants, I think, are going to start signing these second and third-year guys. We're already seeing some other lower signings, but we're going to start signing some of the lower players as they go through the preseason and they get some tape. That's what I think is going to happen. You're not going to get all these retirements. You're going to get a young batch of players that are, I think, going to do some good things for our team, potentially. That's how we got Caden Smith. People forget. He was a 6th-round pick. Joe Judge and Dave Gettleman. No, Dave Gettleman was deciding between Caden Smith and what's his name, Darius Slayton, and he ended up picking Darius Slayton, and he ended up getting both because Caden Smith got put in the practice squad, and he was there. And then finally, I want to talk about, let's have a couple of things on this list that I kind of want to talk about, but I want to talk about laps and stuff like that. Now, laps are kind of, I remember being an 8-year-old, I had to run 3 laps around the practice field, and I felt like forever. I was crying. But laps aren't hard for these guys. Laps actually build team morale because it's kind of weird. Like, you bond. It's not like you're sprinting, but you're kind of just doing a light jog. You can talk, and it gets your mind out of it. Now, sometimes laps can be frustrating. It's like, coach, I did a little thing, and you kind of get pissed a little bit. But if you send the whole team on a lap, the coaches are laughing, they're having fun because, you're kind of joking around a little bit, and even when you're not supposed to. But it builds team morale. It's like, yeah, we all did this. We're all going to do the lap together. Now, Joe Judge has to know a little bit with like going too far. And yeah, I think that overall the team's going to come together. And it's one of the things where, I think Max Kellerman was talking about it. I saw on Kid Blue's video. It's like, I don't care how the cake is made. Let's just, sometimes there's going to be some ups and downs, there's going to be some dirty spots, but eventually I think this team is going to come together. And eventually I think this team, we're going to be all right. We're going to be just all right. We're going to forget about all this. We're probably going to look back and be like, oh yeah, I remember all those good times. But, you have ups and downs in training camp. Not every day is, the offense going to do pretty good and the defense showing up on spot. That's not going to be every day, but it's perfect. All you have to do is Joe Judge has a locker room. The guys trust him. He trusts the players. And that's the best you can do. And I remember my dad used to send us on laps. Honestly, it's not really a little league thing. Even the kids now, they don't send kids on laps anymore either. So it's your own playing style. I don't care, new school, old school, I don't care what it is. Maybe Joe Judge is new school. Maybe he is new school, and just by saying, you know what, we're going to use the science, use all the technology things besides the knee brace stuff. You use all those skills, everything that we learn to actually push guys. Maybe the new science is good because things are always changing. New nutrition, like 10 years ago, they were telling you about one thing about nutrition. Now they're telling you something else. So there's no perfect way. And Joe Judge has his own way. I trust him. Joe Judge, we trust. If you saw my prediction video, I have us between 8 and 11 wins. And I'm banging the over 7 for us, And speaking of bang the like button. Hope you guys didn't enjoy this video. Or if you listen on podcast, thank you guys for tuning in. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.